Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Mari Clark here for Trinity Stamps, and I'm so excited to be part of the video hop today for the Trinity 3rd birthday party new release and sneak peek week. And today I'm going to be featuring the really adorable Slimline Tea Party stamp set that you can see on my desk here. I have it all stamped out on a piece of Neenah Solar White cardstock, and I'm going to do some coloring to start off my process here. I'm going to be using my Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers to create a rainbow color scheme on this really adorable stamp set or stamped image here. You can just see how fun this is, the little party lanterns at the top, and then the teapots and teacups all splattered around the little scene of this really sweet little tea party. I had a lot of fun coloring this. I'm not going to show you the entire coloring process here. I'm going to just show you a little bit of the coloring, which is going to be really simple. I'm going to lay down the lightest color first and go in with the medium and darker colors in the marker to create a little bit of shading. I'm going to give each one of the lanterns a little bit of a striped effect, each with their own color. So this first lantern here is going to be entirely pink, and you can just see here the color that I'm using. I'm going to now go in on the sides of those stripes with a little bit of the medium color, and then I will blend that out. I apologize that you can't really see what I'm doing there. My hand's kind of covering it, but that is kind of the nature of crafting on camera. So here you can just see I'm adding a little bit of the darkest shade of that tri-blend into the edges, and then I will blend that out, and that just gives a little bit of depth to each one of these stripes to make the little lanterns look a little bit more round and 3D. I love these tri-blend markers for this purpose, in the sense that you do get those 3 colors in each of the markers so that you can easily do a blend of 3 colors if you choose, or 3 shades of the same color, I should say. So there you can see that first little pink lantern is all finished. And then, like I said, I am going to go across the top there with a rainbow color scheme just to create a really pretty festive rainbow theme or color scheme throughout the entire card. So next I'm going to go with a kind of a golden yellow color and just color in that second lantern there as well. And just going to use exactly the same technique there. I'm going to color in every second line on the lantern, giving a little bit of a shadow over on the edges to create that roundness and depth for that little lantern. I love the idea of those little lanterns on the image, and there actually is another stamp set and I believe a coordinating die in the release that also has more of these little lanterns. They're so fun, and it's just a really fun little sort of festive image for your project. So here you can just see I'm coloring in the edges there, very edge darker, and then that just creates that light in the center of the lantern, and I love that, how that turns out. So just going to finish up here with my yellow marker, and then I go in with that same color scheme with the teapots and the teacups as well, so that that rainbow color scheme is carried throughout the entire project. I'm also going to be using the new Dainty Scallop Edge mini slimline dies to cut out my card, or I have already done that. My card front here, or my card panel, has already been trimmed out by the largest die in that 3 die set. And so I did cut off some of the stamped image, obviously, and that's fine. I knew I was going to do that initially when I was using those mini slimlines. So the nice thing about this stamp set is it's large enough so that you can make a regular slimline size, or you can trim down using one of your dies to create a mini slimline. So super fun. I love the really dainty nature of those scallops around the outside edge of my card. It's just a really nice finished edge. Now you can see I'm going in with my aqua colored marker here and trying to create, again, a little bit of depth on my little teacup by going with the lightest color in the center and then using a little bit of the medium and dark on the edges just to create a little bit of a rounded nature to the teacup. And you totally would not have to do that. You could just go ahead and color your teacups, your teapots just with one color. It doesn't really matter. It's just whatever look you like and how you want to color your little images here. So here you can see that I'm going in with a green, and again, each of these markers does have 3 different shades of the color, so it's super easy to blend with the tri-blend markers. So really super awesome markers. If you're looking for a great sort of entry-level alcohol marker for your stash, these are really fantastic. So this is just such a fun little stamp set to color up with all of those little teacups and pots. So there you can see on the right, I have my images all colored, and now I have a mini slimline card base on my desk in some Gina K Jelly Bean green cardstock. And so I have cut that at 6 by 3 and scored it at 3 inches so that I have a 3 by 6 card base. And this is just a perfect size for my mini slimline. I've got a card panel that's slightly smaller in black that I'm going to adhere down onto my card base. And then I am going to adhere my colored image to that. And just, it's going to leave a nice little black margin around my image as well. So I'm just holding it up so that I can see that I am getting this centered onto my jelly bean green card base. Now I've got that all adhered down. I'm going to add some foam tape, some double-sided foam tape to the back of my card panel. And that is just going to give some dimension to that really nicely colored up card panel for my card front. And I will add foam adhesive to the entire back of this panel here. I'm just going to show you adding a couple of strips, but I will use the same method that I'm using here to cover the entire back with that 3M 3/4 inch foam adhesive, and then I will adhere that onto my black card base here. So you can just see the nice little black margin that that's going to provide. It just allows for that scalloped mini slimline piece there to pop off of the card base. And I just really love how that looks. And you could also see I used my white gel pen to add some polka dots to some of the teacups as well, just as a little bit of extra detail. Now I have used the Slimline Envelope Builder die set from Trinity to create a hello sentiment for the front of my card. So that Slimline Envelope Builder is from a previous release. It is in the Slimline section of the shop, and I will link up to it in the description box below, as well as a link to all of the different products that I've used. But you can just see here that I am going to add some glue to the back of this hello. I've cut it out 3 times out of some white cardstock. I'm going to adhere all 3 of those whites together so that it creates a really nice dimensional sentiment. And I'm going to adhere that onto a black base. And that base is also part of that die set in the Slimline Envelope Builder set. So the Slimline Envelope Builder set includes a few different sentiments as well, which I think is really awesome. So I'm just going to use my tweezers here to adhere this sentiment to my card front. I love the sentiment hello just because it's super generic and you could send this card for lots of different occasions. I also stamped and colored one of the little teapot stamps in the Slimline Teapot set, or Slimline Tea Party set, and I'm going to just adhere that to the inside of my card so that when the recipient opens up the card, there's a little surprise inside as well. So now I'm going to take the Rainbow Fish Flatback beads from Trinity Stamps, and I'm just going to make 2 little clusters of these little beads. I'm going to add a little cluster to the top left of the sentiment and the lower right, and I'm just using my Marvy Jewel Picker to place those into some little areas where I've placed some glue. I'm taking my clear wink of Stella and I'm adding some sparkle and shine to each one of the little party lanterns, and I'm going to also add that to the teacups and teapots as well, just to add a little bit of really pretty sparkle and bling to my card. And that's going to be about it for this card. I hope that you make sure that you check the links to the other hoppers in this YouTube hop. Make sure that you participate all the way through the entire hop. I'm just showing you those dies that created the hello sentiment there from the Slimline Envelope Builder set. And I've also linked up to all of the products in the description box below. Thank you so much, friends. Have an amazing day, everyone, and I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.